All right, guys, Somer del Piso is back once again. Listen, we're going to talk about semen retention naturally. I want to talk about my personal journey with celibacy right now. Right now, we are at 7 months of celibacy. We haven't looked at adult film content. We haven't peaked. We haven't edged. We haven't slept with anyone. We haven't released. We have just been keeping the energy in. Come on, guys. Guys, I'm telling you, this stuff is very, very simple. When I say, by the way, 7 months, I have to clarify, we're not part of any secret society. We're not, not part of a Freemason group. We have not forfeited our soul to any sort of organization because I think it's kind of stupid and useless. I think that everything that can be learned needs to be learned through a connection and a relationship with God, and a lot of subjugation of the flesh through physical exercise, through not smoking, drinking, doing drugs, smoking weed, all that kind of stuff. Come on. Easy stuff, right? So today I'm going to talk to you guys about some of the benefits that I've come into at 7 months of celibacy, right? Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, right? So I've generally been excited about things, and I want to talk to you guys. We're going to get real metaphysical because since I've been, month after month after month celibate, I haven't been touching anything. I do not bite the fruit. Where Eve sinned and transgressed against God, I have turned completely away. I reside in paradise. I'm not even kidding, mentally and spiritually. Let's talk about some of the benefits that I've gotten in this current period of celibacy. First, I need to give glory and honor unto God because I have developed a very, very strong relationship with God recently. Seriously, I haven't been having the most dreams, to be honest. A lot of the dreams I can't really remember, but I'm also noticing and perceiving a lot of things in life that is reflective of an influence of the divine. Like there was a video that I showed a little earlier where I spoke about this situation that I had in the restaurant, the Georgian restaurant that I work at, where I was able to perceive through the questions that were being asked. I was able to perceive God just for a moment and understood His intention for me at that exact moment. I was able to grasp, not His nature, but I saw His work. I saw Him at work in my life. I realized that also when you're on this practice of semen retention for at least, as far as I've gone, these are all my personal experiences. This is my anecdote, which is a personal story, and I'm just maybe it's going to line up with some of the people that have been getting this far, or maybe they have been retaining for quite some time. So, I've been feeling a development with this relationship between God and I. There's a lot. I'm very, very introspective a lot about my behaviors, much more than normal. Maybe that has to do with me not even having a lot of external input or input, really, because I don't have any friends. I'm not speaking to any women. I'm not speaking to anyone. It's just really been me hanging out by myself, going here, there, everywhere, doing everything on my own. And I'm not interested in changing that anytime soon because I've started to understand a lot more. I think that this accelerated understanding and about my development with God has come about because I don't have any of that external influence. So I'm very, very grateful to God for that. So like I said, I'm not perfect. I sin a lot because there's just some things that I just don't have patience for, especially in regard to people and just some of their activities. I notice a lot more with people when they're committing acts of energy vampirism, or they're trying to get under my skin, or they're trying to have me evoke or exude energy. Like I see it like very, very clearly. People, again, like I said, they always try to bump into me on the street. They're always trying to get me to act out of character and all this kind of stuff, and I just sort of walk around. I avoid it. So and that's ultimately not due to a personal perception of any sort or a personal choice. This is all due to a conditioning from God through His ways of getting me to understand more about myself and how I need to be with the world. And it's so interesting because, like I said, I've been starting to not only develop a relationship with God personally, but I've started to really see Him acting and putting His arms around me. I can't. I'm going to explain a situation that happened the other day. So I was at work. It was the day of the full moon. It was the 29th, right? July 29th, the day of the full moon. One of the people at work, we had a party going on. It was that Monday. And one of my coworkers was trying to lift up a marble table on his own. He didn't lift it up correctly, and so he was walking with it in a very, very awkward way. He came over to one side of the restaurant with the table, and then I told him, listen, the owner only wanted 2 tables here. You brought a third. You got to put that table back. So as he was putting the table back, he was carrying it awkwardly. The what do you call it? The top of the table, the marble part, fell off because the screws weren't in tight, and it broke his big toe on his left foot. And the head chef and I took him to the city MD. We got him treated and everything, and then they told us that we had to take him to the hospital. So the head chef still had to prepare for the party. So as the head chef went back to the restaurant, I decided to take the coworker to the emergency room. So I'm speaking with them. I realized the receptionist at the emergency room needed his ID. We left it at the city MD, so I ran back to the city MD. And now I'm going to tell, this is the situation that I know was pushed by God, was ordained by God, right? So I was running and I saw a man, right? And his girlfriend was on the side holding 2 dogs. One was a German Shepherd and a Pit Bull. And the guy was trying to fight some other guy, right? In front of the Salvation Army building, which is full of, these patients that are clearly out of their mind. They have drug problems and all these kind of things. And they say a lot of incendiary comments because they're out of their minds, right? So this guy is actively trying to fight this guy that's right in front of the building. So I'm running as fast as I can because I want to get the ID and come back and then be able to make sure that my coworker is processed in the emergency room so I can get back to the party so I could, do my job. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm a huge overthinker to some degree. I've learned to circumvent a lot of the self-made obstacles that I put in my mind. But that day on Monday, I just felt a call to action. It didn't speak to my mind, it spoke to my soul. I ran over to the guy and I grabbed him by his waist and I pulled him away. I was like, we're not doing this. I said, he's not worth it. We're not doing this. And then he just kept trying to get out of my grip. And I said, you don't want to do this. You don't want to get into a fight with him. There's no reason to fight him. There's no reason to fight anyone. Leave him alone. Let's go. We don't need to do this. We're getting out of here. I'm speaking to him like he's my brother, like I know him. I just felt like this call. I don't know how to explain it. And then he's like walking away and he keeps turning back and trying to, fight the guy. And I said, there's no reason for you to carry on a fight with this person. You don't know him. You have stuff to lose. You have a beautiful girlfriend right there holding your dogs. Leave that situation alone. You do not need to get involved with him. And then some other people were trying to talk him down too because they heard me not yelling at him, but speaking sternly to him to not get involved with this guy. You don't need to do it. And so they were chatting and whatnot. And I said, please. And I told the girl, can you keep him out of trouble for me? Thank you. Crossed the street and I ran to City MD, got the ID, and then I met them on my way back. And then I told them this whole situation. I was like, I was running back here to get the ID for my friend and all this kind of stuff, but I saw you and I just didn't want to see you get in trouble. So I just wanted to intervene and just hopefully get you safe, So please just stay out of trouble. And I just kept running. And he's like, thank you so much. And then I just kept running. And it was like, I don't do stuff like that, consciously. It wasn't me. It was solely God. Like God just put that idea in my head, my soul, not my head, to go to action, it was a call to arms. I did not have any protest in my mind. I just did it. I think you get a lot of those moments too on Semen retention. Because another thing happened as well. I'm going to be very quick with this because I have so many other benefits to talk about. I was coming back home. I think I was watching, I forgot what game it was. Because I'm watching the World Cup. I'm tuned in. We're watching the Copa del Mundial. No mames, right? So I was walking down the block, going to my house, and I saw this older woman with a cane with like myriad bags all over her, right? She had this white dress on. It was an old woman. And I walked by her at first, and then my body stopped moving. Guys, I'm not kidding. I am not joking. My body stopped moving. My brain was not functioning. There was no rumination of whether I should stop or not. My body stopped, right? Again, communication directly from the divine. to intervene. What did I do? I went straight to the older woman. I said, it looks like you need help. She had a big fan that she was bringing to her apartment for valid reasons. We have a heat wave all over. So she was like, oh my God, God bless you. Thank you. This is what she was saying to me. And I said, don't you worry. Please don't worry. I was like, let me get this bag too. And I'm going to get this bag. And then I was walking her to her apartment. Luckily, it was like a block or two away. And we just had this whole conversation about the World Cup. She was from Haiti. We were talking about life. She was talking about how individuals, young people in the world have lost respect and discipline and need to change for this new world. I never met her in my life, just saying, right? And then I ended up talking to her about, not so much about my journey, because a lot of people don't need to know this. A lot of people don't need to know what's going on inside. But that's what happened. I ended up carrying all the stuff that she had to the threshold of her apartment building. And then she did that. Again, like I said, the development between my communication with God, my relationship with God, it's very, very strong now. Without thinking, I just leapt to help. I just leapt to assist. And I think that's a really, really big thing. And I'm very, very glad that this is happening to me via this practice of semen retention. I'm telling you, I'm so grateful for it. Let's talk also about my physical energy levels, because I know you guys want to hear this. Guys, I'm telling you, now my days are super packed. I have 2 free days generally a week, Thursdays and Sundays. I work at the office. I work at the Georgian restaurant. I go to the gym. I go to do weightlifting, and I also do boxing. And I've been doing that twice a week. And I just been active, guys. I am not running out of energy anytime soon. We're keeping the covenant and the precepts of God in our hearts, in our souls, in our minds, and we're not running out of energy anytime soon. I'm telling you that right now. I just came from boxing a couple hours ago, and I'm telling you, man, I'm still as fast as I remember. I still have enough energy. I'm still feeling good. I'm still feeling really, really positive. And that's definitely, without a doubt, and you guys know this too, that's definitely, without a doubt, one of the big benefits of semen retention. Being celibate gives you so much energy, so much. Let's talk about the negatives too, because I know you guys are always motivated by the positives. I want to talk to you guys about, maybe is Sombra feeling lust? Is he feeling a pull towards relapse or release? No. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the longer you go on semen retention, seriously, the easier it gets. And it's assumed that you are doing it correctly month after month after month. Time in this place is of a physical nature. Time exists fit to us physically because we're in the world. We're surrounded by factors that make time very, very physical, and it affects us very, very deeply. And so if you allow time to flow through you as you constantly commit good habits, habits of any kind, because our bodies are very plastic, they're very neuroplastic. If you keep allowing time to flow through you, and you commit good habits, as in you're not looking at adult film content, you're not looking at anything lewd, you're not releasing of any sort, you're not doing anything sexual, you're eventually, the aqueduct in your soul, in your mind, will be built and fortified. And you'll get to a point where you're looking at women that are scantily dressed. We're in July now, so we see that a lot. And it just goes through you. It doesn't affect you. It doesn't reside in your mind, right? And then also you get these feelings, you get this understanding of where these people are coming from, right? It's not like an assumption or a negative judgment that you're casting upon others. You just feel in your soul or in your heart that person is just not compatible, or that person is just not good for you at all. As you're walking next to them, you understand their habits, you know where they come from, and you just keep walking. This is what's been going on with me. I'm going to be completely honest. So, yes, I do not feel lust. I mean, don't get me wrong. I am, we get aroused every now and then because I'm healthy. I've been eating the cherries. I've been eating grass-fed meats. I've been eating fruits, drinking a lot of water. I do feel like arousal, of course. Women are beautiful and they always will be beautiful. But to feel that pull towards doing something degenerate and sexual, it just doesn't happen. It really doesn't happen at all. I'm just more interested in seeing where this takes me, where God is going to take me. That's all I care about, honestly. And to ruin that for a moment of pleasure, even though the Bible says all over it, flee fornication. Yeah, no, that's not in my code. So, I feel lust every now and then. Just to succinctly answer this question, but I just don't act on it at all. I'm just more interested in what life is going to show me, what God is going to show me, what new event is going to happen, what mysterious event is going to happen. That's the only thing I care about. So there's that. Of course, there's always that whole matter of, is there a deep inclination towards anger, right? Are you angry at the world? No. Or angry at people? No. Right? I've come to a much more profound understanding about the people in my space, in the world. I understand where they come from. I understand their motivations. I understand where they are. I understand where they are mentally, spiritually. I just understand them. This is not an assumption. This is not a presumption. I just know them. I understand them. I understand where they come from. I understand what their mindsets are. I understand their direction of their hearts. I really do. And I just walk away. To be honest, I do a lot of walking away. I walk on the sides of the street. I don't know if this is a combination of semen retention or the light built from semen retention and having a deeper connection with God. But like I've been saying with a lot of videos, a lot of people just try to bump into me. A lot of people just try to be very, very aggressive. They try to, they act like very Pharisee-like to me. Like they get into conversations only for the sake of having me trip over my words, which doesn't make sense, because I'm just like, I was genuinely interested in a conversation with you. Why are you speaking like this? And I just walk away. Seriously, I've been getting this a lot. And this is just probably one of the side effects of semen retention at this point in time with 7 months. So there's that. The mental activity. I have a lot. I've been obsessed recently, and I definitely know that this is a byproduct of semen retention. I've been obsessed with having clean things. Like, I just want things to be orderly. I want things to be empty. And I've been seeking a lot of minimalism. I've been cutting down a lot of my personal habits because I used to, when I had days off, I would go shopping or just try to fill up my time with all of this nonsense. And now I've learned to get rid of all of this. Like, it was just like an inclination to do so. It wasn't like me trying to do it. Again, like the two situations where God just imbued me with the spirit to act, to intervene, to interfere, to help, to assist. It's just the same thing as this, where it's just an inclination to keep my space clean. I'm very interested in keeping no dishes in the sink. I've always been like that. Just keeping everything pristine, orderly, everything that belongs in certain areas in one area, right? I haven't had ice cream, gelato. I know this is a random fact, guys, but I haven't had gelato or ice cream in months, almost a year. Remember, that stuff is horrible for you too. So I've just been obsessed with cleanliness. I just don't like, and that goes with the energy levels of people in my space. Like I said, and maybe this is more of a spiritual, soul-like benefit alongside the mental benefit. People that smoke and drink and do drugs and like are taken into fornication, I don't want you in my space. Like, we have nothing in common. I just know you're of the world. That when push comes to shove, you will grip onto the safety net and the safety banisters of the world. You do not have faith in God because you do not follow his precepts, and you're taking on to pleasure. This is how I feel. This is how that's why now it's like, I just don't want anything unclean in my space at all. So if anyone that does that kind of stuff, they're smoking, they're drinking, doing drugs, like, you're just on the other side. I'll talk to you, sure, if you wave and you need help going to the Empire State Building, I'll give you directions. But please, you stay in your lane, I'm gonna stay in mine, and then we're gonna end up wherever we end up. God willing, hopefully we both get better, right, in life. And I've stretched that to just how I dress, how I carry myself, how I move, the things I drink and eat. I want everything clean. So, and I know this is not me. This is all God. This is all semen retention. I keep those two very, very close in check, and I make sure that everything's correct. My physical activities, again, I spoke about this earlier in the video. I've been boxing, I've been going to the gym, and the only reason why I do this stuff is because I need to subjugate the body. I've been saying this in earlier videos. The body, all of our bodies are beasts. They belong to the world. They're of the same material of the world, and so it will tempt you to release sexually. It will tempt you to reflexively sin. It'll tempt you to manipulate, to do shadowy works. And through subjugation, lifting heavy weights, doing cardio, getting punched in the face in boxing, getting strafed, getting a liver punch. These things subjugate the body. And so the call and the reflexive want to have sex, to release, to do sin, it doesn't yell as loudly anymore. And I enjoy this. My weeks are filled with just gym, boxing, and of course my work. The work has also been doing a lot. Social activity has been through the roof. I've been, of course, because I work at a restaurant, and so you get to talk to a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of enmity between a lot of the clients and I. I don't really care because I know their nature. I know they're of the world, and I love them anyway. They're people. They were born. They have happiness, bouts of happiness. They have bouts of sadness, and they care about things. And so my heart connects with that aspect of them, not the part that seeks enmity and hate with people that they don't understand. I get it. Let's get some drinks for you. Enjoy and be merry. I want the people of the world to be happy. I don't want to be an obstacle or stumbling block in front of the happiness of other individuals. They will learn what they need to learn when they need to learn it. And so that's how I've been doing at work in general. I just sort of just talk to people, and if they seem very, very receptive, yes, let's have a good conversation. If not, then I wish you well. I love you, and I hope you do. You get better. I don't know. The office work has been good. For some reason, the office is much more of a compartmentalization of repetitive tasks, cyclical tasks, and just organization in general of just a lot of bits of information. I do a lot of number crunching and working with Excel. So I've created so much order in that shared drive of ours at the office. I feel so proud. I'm not gonna get too much into that. But of course, that is not me. That is all due to my time length on semen retention. And so, I don't know, man. I've been having a lot of, like I said, there's been a lot of effects that's been coming about due to this semen retention period. And I'm very, very excited for where this is going to take me. I know that we're going to get through July without any problems. I'm just happy. I just been feeling so much energy. Like, I just feel like I'm connected with the land, like the earth. Like, I never felt this way. I just don't understand it. I feel like connected with a higher source. I feel that God is really interfering with the way I do things and perceive things. And I sort of get taken over, and then after the time frame is ended, that person is helped or that situation is made better, and I'm just on the other side feeling satisfied, So I don't know. I guess that's the 7 months of semen retention for you guys, and that's all I got to say for this video. Please stay on semen retention. Stay disciplined. If it's hard, you need to have some air, fresh air. I noticed that a lot of sun helps. Drinking water helps. Journaling helps. I've been journaling a lot since January. Every single day I've been writing. I've been writing paragraphs upon paragraphs in here about various things. The idea of metaphysics, God's slow influence due to water hollowing out a stone in my life. I've learned so much about semen retention. I've learned so much about the sentiment of people, the trajectory of their thoughts and their desires. Even though it's of a physical basis nature, I still love the people of the world because they're of the world, but I just don't want to get involved with them because they're going to make me unclean. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel. And I just been journaling all of that, and it's been helping loads. I'm not going to lie. It's been helping so much. I'm so happy that I've gotten to this point. I'm really, really happy. And I wouldn't have gotten to this point if it weren't for God and my increasing strength of piety. So I'm very, very grateful. Guys, stay on semen retention, stay disciplined, and please do not fall into fornication. Guys, if you enjoy that kind of content, like, comment, subscribe, share this video so it appears. Don't ever let this pussy get you down. I'm telling you, Jesus did not lie in New Testament when he said, you must hateth your father and your mother and your family to join him, to walk with him. Obviously, you don't literally hate them because it goes against one of the commandments of not honoring your father and your mother, not respecting them. But you must cast away everything you knew, your friends, your family, your loved ones, everyone must go. If they are not concurrent with your semen retention journey, if they are not concurrent with your ascension, if they're not concurrent with the eradication of your negative aspects within yourself that was due to conditioning of the world from since you were born, because your parents was not enlightened enough or integrated enough with their light and dark forces, masculine and feminine forces, to help you sufficiently, then you have to leave them in the past. You must. You have to grow. Your father and your mother will be the Bible. If you have any trouble with anything, you go to Proverbs, you go to Ecclesiastes, you go to the Wisdom of Solomon, you go to Ephesians, you go to Corinthians, you go to the Romans. You have to read the Bible. That is your father, that is your mother when you leave your parents and your friends behind. Your allies, your friends, is the land when you walk through it, when you have that call from God as you're keeping his precepts in your body and you're subjugating the flesh. You are going to, your friends are going to be the land, the energy that you feel, the people that you help, just temporarily, momentarily. You will not make attachments in the world anymore because your body is renewed, your blood is renewed because you have followed God's precepts. This is the only future for you. You don't have to listen to me. You don't. I could be a madman. That is fine. That is okay if you think that way. But if you are doing semen retention correctly, this is the inevitable result. This is the inevitable conclusion. You must cast away everyone you knew, everyone you used to know, your friends that used to hold you captive with their cyclical ambitions, with making money, having sex, having material goods, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, doing drugs, and smoking cigarettes. That is of the world. That's what they do. When you fill your body up with that light, because you're following the precepts, there will be no concurrence. You cannot walk with them anymore. And your friends will be David, Daniel, Joseph, Israel, Jacob. These are your friends now. They're not your friends. You have no more family, not in this world anymore. And you're gonna have to accept that, guys. Stay radiant. I love you all. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Woo!